on. Okay, it is recording. Okay. Hi guys. I wanted to do another reading regarding Nicole Kessinger, mainly accomplices. Not just really focused too much on her. So I have ordered something that is going to make this process a lot easier for me and for you guys to see. I want to start by telling you that I used two different decks in the reading that I chose to do today. I used the Deviant Moon deck. This is one of the cards. It's a really beautiful, beautiful deck, and just, you know, an ordinary deck as well. I pulled one card for each question I had from each deck. So there's two cards per question, you know, one from one deck, one from the other. It gave a little variety. But before I jump into the reading, I have a few inconsistencies that are really plaguing me, and I just want to talk to you guys, you know, or run it past anybody who maybe watches my videos or anything like that, and tell me your opinion on these I can't even say the word now. Okay, so number one, Nicole Kessinger, the Fire Stick conversation that she said that she had with Chris Watts. Well, if you look in Shanann's phone, her and Chris Watts had almost verbatim, like legit, the same conversation about the Fire Stick. She said, you know, do you want me to order the sports package on DirecTV? And he said, no, you know, and he said exactly what she said. So that, I didn't see in her phone records, but I've seen that in Shanann's, but I think she said that was in person anyway. The next point I have about that is in a group text of her friends, Shanann Watts, her friend, I believe Cassie, you know, her husband Josh had been messaging Chris about them coming in a month, because he asked him how long. He said about a month. Him coming in a month to stay there if it was still okay and everything. And Cassie did the same to Shanann. And, you know, she suggested we could put the two of the girls in bunk beds in one room, two in the other, you know. Or we could just throw all four of them downstairs in the basement together. Okay, so Bella and Celeste are fairly young. They have health issues, health concerns. It would be very concerning for them to go up a flight of stairs and be separated by two flights of stairs from their parents. So that wouldn't happen at all, and I don't see a grown person ever suggesting something like that. You know, that's a very, very dumb suggestion for kids that young. But, you know, there's two times the bunk beds were mentioned in that text with Shanann and her friends and Nicole Kessinger. You know, oh, me and my sister had bunk beds at my dad's house. You know, like, it's almost like she read Shanann's text, or I don't know. But another interesting part about Cassie, which is concerning to me, is Nicole Atkinson in her interview. She says a girl flew back with them. She mentioned Cassie, and she said she flew back, but she said a girl when she initially said it in her interview, right? Well, then she backtracks to that, and she says it was just her and Shanann, and that Addie went to Maryland and Cassie had went to somewhere else. She never said, you know, she backtracked on her saying that she came with them. She arrived with them, basically. Then this new documentary with the friends speaking, Cassie says that she had just moved to Colorado when Shanann passed away. Well, that's not true, because you weren't going to be moving for a month. According to everything that I've seen, it just feels really, really weird. There's something there that I don't like. I don't like that there's so many inconsistencies there. I had wrote it down so I didn't forget. So, another thing that's really kind of baffling to me about this case is I had never heard the name Shanann before in my entire life. Like, there's probably one or two, but it wouldn't be in Colorado at the same school that your kids go to. Well, isn't that weird? To have a name as unique as hers and run into another one? I don't know. There's something I just can't put my finger on. I know I had, okay, so when Detective Coder, was it Coder or Graham? No, it was Graham, right? The one that interviewed Nicole Kessinger? Well, when he was interviewing Nicole Kessinger, and he was going through the text messages between her and Charlotte, and he's like, oh, he's kind of short, and he laughs. Well, she said, yeah, it's because I was talking to my girl, blah, blah. But Chris Watts is like 5'12". I Googled it to be sure. He's like right at 5'12". Like, that's 6 foot, in my opinion. Like, that's not short. Short is like 5'8". He's actually, regular, schmegular male height, a decently tall dude. He's not short. I believe that was referring to money. I just feel it. And then he was like, then you talked about his shoes. Okay, let me ask you ladies something from a practical standpoint. You're talking to your girl about this guy you started seeing. When in your life would you go from talking to your girl about a guy you met that you started seeing to talking about the shoes that he wears? When in regular life does a conversation about your man's shoes come up, except for if you're like, oh, I'm going to buy him some new shoes, or, he's got these expensive shoes, or something, I don't know. But it wouldn't be then. Like, why would you be talking about shoes? Unless it was like his birthday. You're buying him some shoes, and she was coming to help you. You asked her to come help you pick out some shoes. But other than that, I don't see male shoes, your man's shoes, ever coming up. Coincidentally, he took a picture of his shoes. So, that's a little too much for me there. So, the next thing that is worrisome to me is Trent Bolt's mom. Her husband's name is Dave. The cop's name is Dave. And Charlotte's husband's name is Dave. So, there's a lot of freaking Daves. Coincidence or not? I don't know. Just asking. Okay, so, and another thing about the shoe thing. When Coder Graham, whichever one it is, when the detective dude that wasn't a detective, or he wasn't on his detective shit that day, or any day you talked to her, when he asked about that, like, she got real nervous. Like, something was about to come up. And she knew it. And really excited when she's like, because this is like the third time that she said, she brought it up again last night. But this time she did it with extra enthusiasm and grabbed the phone up and is like, telling him about it. And then she's like, oh, I'll show you. And then starts scrolling down, getting away from whatever that was. There was something there that she didn't want him to see. Not to mention that, but the fact that she pretended like she didn't know her Google password. Okay, you're really, really great with passwords. I've been trying to figure this out, ever since, I've been in here. No, you haven't. You haven't even mentioned it, first of all. Second of all, you lied to the phone guy. Because the detective wasn't in there, and just the phone guy was in there. And she was like, you guys, even though the detective had told him, we're going to do both, we're going to get a full thing of both of them, both of the phones, since those old text messages popped up on it. And she's going to tell the dude, you only need one number from this one, and that's it. And then you guys are keeping that one. But he only needs one number for this one. She was trying her damnedest. Not only that, but when he left the room, after he said, we'll just put it on the machine, she started going through the messages. She seen something that freaked her out. She went, fuck! Not that loud, but she laid out a big exasperated thing. And then, when she couldn't figure out her Google password, which said she couldn't, she was like, oh, this sucks. He's like, that's a shame. And she's like, I know. I guess I have to figure it out, but it's okay. And he's like, well, there's something else we can do. And she makes this like purely, you could tell that it was a sigh, like, fuck me. Like, damn. So, I'm going to stop talking now. But those are the things that, some inconsistencies that I have seen that are really, really sticking out to me. And I feel are important. Oh, and another one is, and she did this a lot, when she was talking about the Saturday that they went to the 2 lazy dogs or whatever. And, so she tells him at first, like the first part of this conversation is how he was super unplugged and like he didn't want to do it, like he wasn't excited anymore, and she didn't think that he was all that interested in it anymore, and he didn't seem like he wanted to do it anymore. She didn't know. But then, because, and this took her a minute, like she was really slow on the fitting this together. The fire stick, she's like, the fire stick, you know what a fire stick is. Like, everybody knows what a fucking fire stick is. An Amazon fire stick. Most people, at least. But she's like, he told me that he had a buddy working on that, and, he just made it seem like he was like, all set up for, this to take place. So, just like the weight loss, I was really concerned about his weight. Well, wait. I wasn't, like, overly concerned. It was, like, alarming, but it was, like, if it was sustained, She did his macros twice, damn. The 14th, the 4th, and the 11th. You did his macros then? The microism is the macroism, right? As within, so without, huh? Girl. You are so transparent that I wish that you were actually interrogated, and this is, just me wishing that I got to tell her something. Anybody worth their lick in being a detective, like, I almost wish that Elliot back from Law and Order SVU, back when he was on there, like, I wish, like, someone like him was her interviewer. Like, it was an interview. It was not interrogation. And they didn't need anything from her. Not at that point, because he confessed. Like, if they were going to go to trial, maybe. But how come you would need something from someone that ain't giving you a dang thing? Like, they talk about her being the bombshell news. What bombshell news? What? If she was pregnant, well, that gives her just as much motive as it gives him. So I don't see what bombshell evidence she brought. I don't know, because she didn't give y'all anything. She gave y'all so much without giving y'all anything. It was great. I mean, well played, girl. Well played, but I guess they like cop smoked weed up there or something, because they were late on the uptake there. Crazy. Okay, so anyways, and this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only. This is my opinion. It is not fact. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. Or not. I mean, in public opinion, you know, I'm pretty opinionated that she's a guilty one. So, my first question was, who were the accomplices? I wanted to know. I wanted to get 2 cards for who the accomplices were. I got one from the regular deck, which was, oh, you can't even see. Okay. Oh, well, I am showing the right one here. The Chariot. Look at that. She's like on the Egyptian things, getting carried like a queen. The Chariot is linked to Cancer. She's Cancer. The Moon, as well as negative and positive forces. To achieve success, maintain success, and attend to details, you may be going on a long journey. I think their plan was to like go overseas together, or Hawaii maybe. I don't know. But the next one I got was the Devil. Spooky Devil, look. The Devil is the puppet master. The Devil dances in the light over the havoc that he has caused the city. Once a beautiful angel, he now roams in the dark depths of men's hearts and binds their souls with his own. It stands for oppression, material bondage, evil fantasies, obsessive desires. I definitely think that there's so much evil. Like, Chris had been, submerging his darker side, shadow side, and, tried to become the mask. And, I mean, I guess I can see how it can be tempting, maybe, to, sorry, y'all, my instant, it's like, blow, and this is on fire, that's all I'm saying. But, he got really invested in the mask. It was really, really important to him. And it probably was invigorating to be able to take it off, The next question was, what were the accomplices' part of the murder? So, the first one I got was Page of Swords reverse. You guys see that? The Page of Swords reverse is power stronger than yourself at work. It's difficult to say one step ahead of the situation. An imposter is found out. This one, I'm not sure. I think that it's possible that I don't think that she didn't know about the pregnancy. But what I do, however, think is that the accomplice, possibly the second accomplice, wasn't necessarily part of the planning. And I don't even think it doesn't even have to be Jim, to me. Like, I've never been really gung-ho about him. I have leaned toward, and again, everybody's innocent, like, y'all don't take my word for it, I guess. But Anthony Brown, the one who talks about Nicole Kessinger's odor, and then when he asked if he was under Chris, he, like, wouldn't say it. The other guy did. Like, the other one, maybe he was Anthony. Whichever one it was that talked about the younger guy that kind of sounded a little Fruity Tooty, and his wife had miscarriages. That one. I feel like him and Chris were like in a feud or something over Nicole Kessinger. Like, I think she was sleeping with both of them, playing the middle ground type thing in between them. I have no basis for that, I guess. Not yet, anyway, because I haven't really read these except for when I wrote them down, so I don't remember. So, this is Eight of Swords reversed. Delay, insurmountable obstacles, wanting to give up, lack of motivation, and willpower. I think that, you know, because Shanann's flight was getting in late, like, he was trying to, like, back out of it, of whatever, you know, plan they had made or whatever. But, her and Mr. Page of Swords here just went on over there. And I think that because I don't know, I almost feel like Chris didn't plan for the kids to get killed. I think that was her plan. I don't know why. I guess it's just easier for me to, like, mentally grasp that. The next question was, why was Chris Watts why was it that to Chris Watts, murdering his family was the only way he could be with Nicole Kessinger? Why was that, you know, what his logic was telling him was the best option, you know? So, I got the Chariot again in the other deck, and the Ten of Swords. So, the Ten of Swords, you know, it's perfect desolation. Major changes are are on the way, and resistance is futile. A path clears itself, giving way to something new. Like, basically, she was like, if you, I don't know, I mean, I think that maybe the stab in the back type thing was one of the children were already passed away, and, you know, like, Shanann's on her way. Like, what's up? We can't stop now. We're kind of in this. And the Chariot for the Deviant Moon, which is like an armor. It is, the charioteer prepares to venture out of the city, overcoming past adversaries has made him strong, and he now takes his experience to new lands, a journey to new places, venturing into unknown. And that was, you know, going to be him after this ultimate, I guess, betrayal of Shanann. Like, just to betray her, it was all about betraying her. That's some shit right there. They just, it's like, I'm going to knock you down, not just a peg, but like, I'm going to kill you. She couldn't, it's like she could never be, she didn't feel like she could be first place with Shanann in existence, period. Because she was so jealous and knew that she was far inferior than her. I guess, I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense there. I asked about the fire stick, and, you know, because it has to mean something. I mean, it was mentioned to, like, 4 times. Little fire stick. With, so I got, where is it? Oh, here we go. I got 2 of Pentacles, you know, just about balance, you know, balance and dribbling, all that. Don't lose sight of other circumstances as you try to balance the 2 areas of your life. Don't take on more than you can handle. He had just gotten a promotion, if we all remember correctly. And, hang on. So the 10 of Pentacles reversed. which is about, you know, a pretty wealthy family. It's a chess game, so playing a game. You know, okay, so I think that we're on the same level. He ain't my boss type thing guy. That said Shanae, I mean, not Shanae, but Nicole Kessinger smelled like, you know, tuna or something when she came in there. I think that he kind of worked he worked Nicole Kessinger. He manipulated her, maybe. Because he seen the relationship, the playing that he was doing. The game that he was playing. And he might have done it. Because look, you know, Ten of Pentacles reverse is unfortunate family matters, loss of home or money. He wanted to take it from him. Wow. Or it was the ultimate plan for him and Nicole Kessinger. Because yeah, they did want to burn down the house, so that could be that. But in the reading a little bit further, I think that it's going to kind of lean toward that too, that possibly the second accomplice was more of a rival and had an ulterior motive, which that could be what the fake gets found out card is about. Fake friend, because he probably pretended to be Chris's friend. Why was Nicole Kessinger pretending that she didn't know her Google password? What was she so scared of on there? So, where did I put that? Oh, here it is, okay. So, Two of Wands, which is also to denote two male vaginas. Well, they are vaginas, but you know, the male anatomy, the rod, whatever. Two of Wands. He's got the whole world in his hands. You're so close to making your dreams come true. Don't let others stand in your way or hold you back from it. So, we're going to see what the other card is, and then I'm going to tell you what I think. It's Five of Wands reversed, which is a conflict, certainly. But negotiation, working out a solution, using differences to an advantage. Hang on. Maybe it's somebody with, no, because it's two men. Okay. The two males, they had differences between each other. She was working out a deal to get what she wanted. And I don't think what she wanted was Chris. Like, I don't know what she wanted. It's a little, maybe Bella. Because Bella got it the worst. And to be honest with you, it makes perfect sense that Bella got it the worst. Because she was killing her freaking self. Maybe she should have went that route instead. It would have been a lot less selfish of you. A lot less destructive and a lot less evil. No normal, rational person ever wants to heal themselves by killing another individual. You're crazy for that. And baby, I hope and pray that you lighten up your soul, girl. And I don't know if she watched my videos. Maybe she will. But this is from, like, for real, like, heart to heart, like, my compassion that it was difficult for me to have, but I do have it. Because I know something made you like you are. Something happened that you didn't deal with right, and you went down the wrong path. But it doesn't excuse what you did, and maybe you need to get this made right for you. I don't want anybody to die with that kind of stuff on their soul, or to leave this earth and not have atonement and peace. Like, that is just me legit caring about the soul of her. We all deserve love, and we all deserve to give love and be loved, and, you know. But first, you have to do the same, you know. You have to have empathy. You have to admit your wrongdoings. You can't just... It just doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. I felt that a lot. I really feel that way. I don't hate her. I did. I ain't gonna lie. I hated her so much I wouldn't listen to her interviews for the longest time. Her voice would just like touch my inside of my eardrum and like, but I don't hate her anymore, you know. Any of us could end up in that situation. Not the dead family, but end up in a situation where we're dating somebody who's married. But she not only did that, but she pushed it. And she knew what she was doing. And I don't technically, I think she seeked him out for his children. If you want me to be real. For the kids and Shanann. Atonement for the sins of her mother and the sins of his mother. I don't know what his mom did, you know, to him. I really don't. I don't know what was done to him, if anything. But I know he has mom issues, for real. But yeah, so she wanted to heal herself and her sister. Her sister was Celeste. She even mentioned this. Everything is mentioned for a reason. There's always truth within the lies. And they pretty much put a picture together of what happened. If you used proper discernment, you know. Lucky Charms. Okay. Anyway. Were any of Chris Watts or Shanann Watts co-workers involved in the murders? I asked for both because, I don't know, I'm a little suspicious of the Lavelle workers. I don't know why. I mean, I guess because of the whole Cassie thing. Because her inconsistencies are weird ones. Like, they shouldn't be there. You know? I got the... oh, here we go. I got the Two of Cups, which is a man and a woman, you know, partnerships. Oh. A young couple are only absorbed with each other. Relationships will enter new and important phases. Will an engagement or marriage be soon? An intense exoticism? What kind of word is that? Exoticism. It needs to say exorcism. Okay.